Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tara and I make videos about digital planning and different ways that you can get creative with your iPad. So if that sounds like something that's of interest to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss a video. So really quickly, I just wanted to mention the announcement that I made in my last video, which was about my workshop that was taking place on July 16th. So even though the workshop is complete, if you would still like to get information about the course, you can feel free to reach out to me at any point in time. But essentially, it is a digital sticker making course, which is a course on digital sticker making for the iPad. I use a program called Affinity Designer, and it has saved me, I kid you not, tens and tens of hours every single sticker set that I make. It's definitely a process that I feel like needs to be shared. So if you have any interest in joining and learning my entire process for sticker design and how I get rid of all of the typical headaches that are associated with creating your own stickers, this is definitely the course for you. So I will leave links to that down in the description. The early bird registration price ends on July 20th. After that, the pricing will go up to the standard price, and then on the 29th of July is when the very first module will be released. So it's a 6-week course, but that's all I'm going to say for now. I have talked about it in a few other videos, but yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, definitely reach out. But let's get back to the purpose of this video. So if you missed my monthly setup, you can check that out here. I will link it up in the cards. But other than that, let's just dive in. So we are going to come to our first week of July. Oh no, and I just realized that link is broken. I try really hard to make sure that these all work, but it is like 30,000 links or something in this. I don't remember the number anymore. It is very difficult sometimes to go through and check every single one. So every now and again throughout the year, I find the occasional mistake, but it's easy enough to work around. So we'll just click on the second week. So I think if my theory is correct, I bet you there's a link down here in this week. Yep, to the last week of July. So if you do have my planner, my sincerest apologies, maybe you realize this, but basically all of the weekly links have just been moved down a week. I needed to move up the hyperlinks and I apparently made that mistake. So PSA for anyone who has my planner for the month of July, you'll find them just 1 week later. So let's jump into our first week. So let's just take a look really quickly here. One thing I really do like is this striped washi tape. I don't know why, I just really love that. So I'll probably use that somehow. And I'll put in my color changing element on top here. So I liked what I did last month with having my habits for like my morning and nighttime routine. So I might include something like that again. It's just working for me. So, you know, there's that. And then I have been doing like a lot of writing in my dailies lately. And so I'll probably include more of like a note section or brain dump section there. Okay, so I think we're ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to my elements and I'm going to navigate to the one that I have saved that covers up all of my little backgrounds. So that would be this one. And honestly, this one really just needs only the one on this side. So that was a saved element from last year, but this year's planner doesn't really need all that. So we're just going to clear that and put just this one on this side so we have more room to freely lasso without picking up a hidden image underneath. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the color changing element here. We'll add in the colors later. Let's grab this. I know that I want this. I'm going to grab my image tool and I guess we're going to rotate this one a little bit because it doesn't quite fit there perfectly. It's a little bit of a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this is what we're gonna try. So I am gonna grab this orange one. I'm gonna copy this and paste it. So I'm just using this striped washi tape and we are going to, I think, size this to kind of fit in here. And the nice thing about the stripes is you can stretch it out and you're not gonna warp it in any way. So I like that. I'm just making sure that these are similar in their spacing. So this is going to need to be a little bit bigger. Everything's lined up. So I'm going to turn images on my lasso tool because then this lets me visualize better. without having like a box around it that interferes with my viewpoint. And then we're gonna come back to the sticker pack. We are going to select July and paste it. And let's just see how that looks there. Okay, it looks pretty decent, but some of that pink is getting lost. So I've got a couple options here. I'm gonna test out the purple just to see. It is better for sure, but it's still a little hard to see. So the other thing that I would consider doing in this scenario would be to just do our little tracing rule. So I'm gonna grab my background color, and I am basically just going to try to trace around the outside of the letter. I love this little trick, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You want the connections to be pretty smooth, and like especially because this has this like purple outline, you want to make sure that like the space in between the outline and the shape itself are colored in. It's definitely gonna look a bit sloppy and crazy for now, but that's okay, because eventually we are going to paste this image back on top. And so it's gonna kind of clean up that overall look there. And you can always add more in or use your precision eraser to erase away any of the sort of funky edges. Okay, so if you have Goodnotes 6, you could have just brought that layer forward. I do not, so I have to do it by hand. So I just cut it and I'm pasting it on top. And now there's that white outline and it's so much easier to read. I think that looks great. The next thing I want to do is maybe try out this green one. So I'm going to copy this one and bring it over here. And I'm going to grab my image tool and I want to see how well I can put this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this and I'm going to bring it forward. And I know that it might look a little bit funky. So let's just put a few pictures in here as placeholders. Here's the dog that I'm watching. Why is that picture so long? Here's some beautiful flowers that I saw on my walk the other day. Okay, maybe we rearrange these. Not that it matters, because this is just for show, right? But we'll put these flowers up here, and we'll put these ones down here, just for the balance in our look here. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this and paste it back on top. And so essentially that's what this looks like. I think what I want to do now is, I was thinking I wanted this that big, but I actually feel like as long as it just kind of has like a cute layered look, I don't think they need to be the exact same size. I actually think they look better when they are not the same size. So that's fun. I wanted to like track my habits over here. So I was also gonna do this a little bit differently than what I usually do. So let's see how creative I can get with this. So my planner is a Monday start. Maybe we'll keep it in the green. Grab my image tool. I was thinking about doing it this way. Will that work? Can I just... Okay, I'm gonna crop out the top here. I'm gonna crop the edges in so that we just end up with a rectangle and there's no like rounded edges. And I'm trying my best to make it even all the way around the white space here. So we'll have this one and we're gonna copy it and then we are going to paste it. And I'm not adding in the days of the week, which I think you can see. I think I can count the days pretty easily, so that part I'm not particularly worried about. I just need a space now to write down like morning and night. So maybe I'll try to just handwrite this. How big is that? Okay, and I think I want this like just down, I don't know, 1.65 maybe. And we're just going to write in some somewhat fun letters because it is a carnival, right? Morning and then just turn on handwriting only. It's not the cutest lettering of my life, but it will do the trick. Okay, so we've got our habits, we've got our memories. I need to change these colors. So since I have handwriting selected, let's just do that now. We are going to recolor this, maybe the pink. And as I've mentioned in the past, if you want the color to show up a little bit more, for it to be more true to the colors that are in the palette, you can just like double it or maybe even triple it. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna use this and copy it and bring this back to my planner. And I'm going to use my image tool. I need to make this straight. And we're just going to size this to fit in here. I want to give it like a title. So this is going to say scheduled. And I need this to be a smaller size. So I'm putting this at like, let's do 22. I think 22 is good. And we're going to turn on text boxes. And I'm going to change the color of this to, I think, the green. I think that'll be the easiest to read. Or do I just keep it in orange? Okay, we are going to copy this and paste it. And then we're going to double tap in here and write tasks. Okay. And I'm just going to draw a line. So I'll just use like black, draw a straight line. And I'm going to align this with the bottom of the word scheduled. I'm going to turn off handwriting, and then I'm just going to bump that up. And then the next thing I want to do is turn text boxes off and turn handwriting back on. And I'm going to line this up with the top of this one. And then I'm going to use that as a guide because I'm going to, I think these are going to be done in green. So we are going to turn images on, grab this one, come back and paste it. And I just need to match the size. So we're gonna come back to our image tool, and you can tell that this one got squashed a little bit. So at this point you can decide, do you want to match the one that's been flattened, or do you want the original size? And then you can repaste or do the next one. Okay, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I want it to look close. And I'm just going to eyeball the distance between the letters here, but realistically you could also like draw lines that line up with this side and then bring them over and just verify. I always do these sort of like cheats. They really help me to keep everything looking very intentional. Okay, so now with text boxes selected, I'm going to change this color to the green. Or should I have done purple? Okay, I think maybe I'll do like a meal tracker over here, and that can be in purple. I am just gonna move everything over a little bit. So we're gonna make sure handwriting is off, but the text boxes and my images are on, and we're just gonna move this over. And now I can erase this stroke again, change this color to the green. And now I'll put my meals over here. So I'm just going to select both of these and paste them. And I know this came with this pink one. I could keep the pink. Maybe I will. That's kind of up to you at this point. You can do whatever you want. I mean, it's always up to you. Okay, so we're just checking out the sizing here. Do I want it like a little bigger? Okay, so I'm just gonna move these up here. And now we have everything set up. So I am going to make sure that both images and text boxes are on, so we're in good shape. We are going to copy this daily design and just paste it. And I'm just lining this up the best that I can, you know, just to the best of my ability. And wow, I think this is looking really, really full. There's a lot here. Okay, so now I think we're just gonna get into more of the circus decorations because I didn't use a whole lot. So let's come back to our sticker pack and go to our theme page. I love these just so much. We're gonna copy these. So cute. Okay, and because this one already has like a flag on it, I am going to crop this one. I'm going to crop all the way down to like the point and make it just a tiny bit smaller. And then we're gonna add in one of these flags or these banners. It's just gonna be kind of flying off the top of it. So just gonna zoom in so I can place that better. And we're gonna add some balloons. I feel like you could either put these like at the entrance, or I kind of am imagining that they're like tied to the stakes that are in the ground that are holding the tent. Don't need these flags, so I'm gonna delete these. I think what we're probably missing at this point is just a little bit of confetti. I think that's gonna tie everything together. So I'm just going to select all of this confetti, bring it over to my planner. Maybe make it a tiny bit bigger, but not so big. And then we're just going to, I don't know, just start moving it all around randomly. You can, of course, rotate. So, you know, resize, do whatever speaks to you. And I'm just trying to like vary the shapes. Okay, and then I think I am just going to do like a little zooming in and just like a little playing around with the size and rotation. So that small section looks good. Okay, and then I am just going to highlight here and highlight the week. And we're just going to change this color. So turn on handwriting. Copy and paste it so that it's double. Okay, and now that all of this is exactly how we want it, all I'm gonna do is just come over here and remove these photos, but you know how it's supposed to look. I'm gonna put this back. We are going to turn on text boxes, handwriting, and images. We're going to select everything here and be sure to add this as an element, because now you can easily just go to the week and add these in. And then all you have to do is just move your week down. It's one of my favorite time savers. I love to do it this way. And then this month, anytime that you go and add in your stickers, because there's nothing overlaying this, you don't have to save this as an element. So you can just put your photos in, and then you can cut this and then just paste it right back on top, or just bring it forward if you have Goodnotes 6. So there's that done, which is so exciting. And the last thing I'm gonna do is just put a little bit of fireworks in here for the 4th of July. I think if I had Goodnotes 6, I would probably simply just relayer these, but I'm not going to do that. It just seems unnecessary for the like extra cutting and pasting, so I'm just going to kind of leave it there. But it's so simple in Goodnotes 6 that that's what I would do if I were in that position. But yeah, that's everything. I'm so excited. Also, you do not have to save this as an element if you're just going to go through and paste everything right away. I tend to not do that sometimes, and so for me, I like to save it as an element so it's always ready before I fill this stuff out. But if you just paste everything in advance so it's all ready to go, then you actually don't have to worry about saving it as an element at all, because you know you won't need to come back to it. So anyway, I think we're good here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys like this very like fun, playful setup. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to fill in and super duper functional. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, you are the best. I love you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!